Roll for recap. Do it.
Okay.
And you are on recording, so anything you say can will be used against you in court.
Only if they catch me.
Let's go. Ty's luck has returned.
And Gadget's luck is about the average.
Well, Nor's in the channel, so you still have hope.
Yep.
Oh!
Yep, there it is.
All right. I'm gonna have to channel all the wrinkles in my brain to try and remember.
You can do it. I believe in you somewhat.
You shouldn't. That's a big mistake.
So much confidence in this team. I love it.
This is all I'm really getting.
Oh no. Do it, Pete.
It's really been so long.
Okay, I'll give you the framework. We're on a ship.
Okay, that's been like the last 13 sessions. We were on a ship. We were sailing somewhere from another location where something had happened that had made us propel forward in the future. This is actually this is working. I'm starting to remember. Cannon whiskey, wizards, an explosion, almost killing was it the Chimera?
The Chimera was the session before.
Yeah, but but the pieces are coming together. I don't remember where we were headed, but we were leaving the port post haste.
It was
We were
just-
boarded by what we thought were merchants, but they turned out to be pirates, and we beat their heads in. And they gave us all their supplies,
Oh.
and we continued sailing. That's all I can remember.
You're turning into Nora in real life, I must say.
Yeah,
The
that is
darkest timeline.
pretty much what happened. You guys decided to head to the Temple of Coralee.
Easiest recap of my life.
I've never heard someone so stressed over a recap before.
Dude, I'm telling you, it took I was really feeling that.
Yeah, it has been a bit.
I was really feeling that 7 intelligence there.
Oh gosh. I bet if I were there in person, I could see the steam coming out of your ears.
Yeah.
Did we rest? Have we rested, or are we just picking up right after?
We were about to rest. It was lunch break essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, so as the pirates are just leaving now, once you've given them
Absconding with extreme haste.
Mm-hmm. With that you guys enjoy yourselves over the rewards, which were, if I remember correctly,
I have to resist.
I don't remember what I don't remember what I gave you, but it was a lot of money and a lot of supplies.
Yeah, it was mostly exotic fruits.
Yes.
Exotic.
Not many of which were coconuts, actually.
Exotic butters.
Oh dear God. Don't ever use the word exotic and butter in the same sentence. It's disturbing.
But what if we do find exotic butter somewhere?
I'm trying not to say the phrase right now.
What phrase? What phrase? Get it out.
The band phrase.
What?
Exotic butters. This is how we're gonna stall for time until Nye gets here.
Okay. At this point, it's been been about 1 or 2 days by this point. So The rest of the journey seems to be going fairly smoothly for a while. You eat, you sing a few songs with Franklin. Your new crew members are doing their jobs very well. Clearly, Franklin was right to hire these guys. You can see Zadak and Irathak, the two Goliath twins, currently working on the rigging. Kisor is got his eyes glued to the map, making sure that they are not straying off course. He's also one eye's on the map, the other is on the compass. At least I would say that if he actually had a second eye, but he does not. He has an iPad.
His eye split in two.
And finally, there's Kless, the albatross Aarakocra, who is keeping a very sharp eye out and is now extra on edge after what happened with Captain O'Shawn. I can't believe... I both love and hate myself for naming at least two characters being puns. There's Captain O'Shawn, and then there's a guy whose initial spell farting.
Oh yeah, Tim.
Yeah.
I was hoping to trigger the indignant recount of his name.
He's not here, so it's not worth it. But if he was here, I'd be going like full force.
Okay.
I would be extremely insistent that his name is Fenson Orban Richards Titus Innsbruck Nathaniel Grant.
Hey!
It doesn't help his case that that's a terrible name.
How dare you? Okay, but your third day goes by. Again, pretty uneventful. You just I mean, other than spending a little bit of time on the steering wheel, or rudder, I should probably say, there isn't all that much going on. The wind is really nice. The weather is extremely sunny, which you believe is often generally what happens when you approach the Temple of Coralee. Around this area, the weather is 99% of the time very peaceful. Could I actually, with that said, can I have you guys roll a religion check for those who desire?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
So was it the temple? The temple had been kind of pillaged, right, recently?
Yeah, there had been rumors that someone had managed to attack them.
I love this running gag that guy.
Oh no.
Adrian's not very familiar. Oh wow.
Oh my gosh. I love this running gag that Gadrin knows the names of the gods and what they do, but not anything specific.
You're just like, okay, Coralee, the love in the sea. Like, that's about it. You don't even know what species she is. Is she human? Is she elf? Kai, you at least know what the species is. She's a Loxodon. But besides that, she's your memory of her is a little shaky, especially in terms of how the temple itself. Nothing seems to be coming up. You remember all the 8 gods, she was probably one of the least written about in books, and she didn't really have any particular conflicts. Pretty much the most notable thing she's known for is marrying Neos and Mornox together.
Right, yeah.
Besides that, it's all slipping away. Nor, unfortunately, you just don't remember. And Gadgeon, as previously established, is just like, water and love. Okay.
And there's a temple here that we're going to.
Yeah, there's a temple, it belongs to her. You have no idea what it looks like. You have no idea how to get there. You have no idea how safe it is. You have no idea if there are any towns nearby or not. But you know it's this way. It is this way. According to the map, which you can't read.
Well, I can read maps. I can't read the words on the map.
True. Okay, you know that it is. You're reading it, and it is on the edge. It is on the biggest tip of the map. on the Horn.
The peninsula. Yep.
Yeah. Uh, and with that, the third day is just going by. So I don't know if you guys have anything you like to do while on this ship or not.
Besides gaze out into the sea, eat fish, and torment Kai over his lack of love for fish. No.
How many days are you on now, by the way?
Yeah, this one. Yeah, your days are starting to tick down.
Of not being able to get drunk.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
I just got like 3 more days off of it.
Uh, let
Well,
us
Captain
see.
O'Shawn was day 1, day 2 actually. Sorry.
Day 2 of the journey. Yeah.
So three more days off it means 10 days left.
A little less than 2 weeks.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That.
Still so much more than most people.
Yep. Yeah,
I suppose.
this might cause Kai to swear off alcohol in general.
Like it's like, oh, because you're scared of getting drunk? No, because it's just not fucking worth it.
I suppose in the free time, Nora's gonna try and make heads or tails of the book he has.
Remind me which book?
Let me go back down to the notes here.
Mm-hmm.
The book on magical mind protections
Mm-hmm.
from the EO library.
Yeah.
Ye old scary library.
Yeah.
It wasn't scary. Well, to you, it
Breathing! Ah!
No, it was more like
Oh,
very
shit.
wild. Ah!
it's just like, oh god, colors.
Oh, man.
Why are those trees blue? Anyway, looking through, you do notice a few spells, but some of them require fairly advanced knowledge, either with specific enchantment spells learned in certain wizard schools, or you do notice a handful of them that are learnt mainly by clerics, such as protection from evil and good, mind blank. And you notice that quite a few barbarians have learnt to are capable of just ignoring attacks because their minds are just so filled with one single need to attack their enemy that they're able to just shrug off any offense and just say kill, 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 kill.
That's a good one to remember.
So if you want to modcast into barbarian, go ahead.
Something tells
I
me
just
that would
imagine
be-
him like Nora's like sitting there reading like written notes, just like gotta be really focused on killing. Or just writing down any of these that stand out. It's like kind of like that's an odd one compared to the others. Okay.
Maybe.
I might be able to do that. All right.
And thusly he turns into Nor.
Okay. Also, speaking of which, I do have to ask: are you, when you're around Franklin and Co, do you take your human form, or are you comfortable to stay in your changeling appearance?
I think more just in general, unless he's secluded by himself or with the party alone, he'd be in his human form.
Okay, just making sure of that. All right. Besides that, things are fairly calm. You can hear Franklin just strumming a little bit on his lyre. I thought I heard the old man say,
Leave her, Johnny, leave
leave
her.
her. Oh, what are the rest of the words? Shit.
I don't know either.
I heard.
Okay, so Franklin doesn't know the rest of
No, he
the
does. He does. It's just
It's the part where the DM sings the opening lines and expects you to fill in the rest.
yeah. You use your imagination.
Franklin's leading and Gadrin's somewhat singing harmony while gazing out over the side of the boat.
That's a song that is particularly nostalgic to you. Hmm. And eventually, the day goes by, uneventful, and the night begins to fall. The moon begins to rise as you guys can start to feel your eyes drooping a little bit. You're not exhausted. You've had a full day of rest and not doing too much, but it is good to keep sleep to make sure you get your daily sleep. So some of you are starting to feel the length of the day affect you. What would you like to do?
Yeah, after taking one last look at the sea, yeah, he's gonna head to his quarters and not thinking of anything else to do, pick up one of the war books and start reading it.
Okay, so you're just gonna read. Inside you can actually see notable notable battles. And which part of Quadruin's history would you like to look at, actually?
Um, the initial joining of the humans to the war.
Okay. So, around 300 years ago, it was. It took place in a battle not far from Mistroke at all, where the territory for the humans was drastically shrinking as they were caught in the crossfire between the elves and dwarves of Ithana and Vaglat, respectively. Most of the outside villages had been pretty much razed to the ground, and there were several refugees that had either run to Mistroke or were hiding out in a camp somewhere in the center of the continent, which would eventually become Prospax. Um, but as a fairly decent chunk of the army is just outside Mistroke's gates at this point, it's at this point there is a horn that was sounded, and pretty much everyone stopped to listen to this. As if I can just check the setting notes real quick, so I remind myself of the name. It was Yes, it was King Antoine the first king to join the three-sided war and to eventually give it said name. He steps out onto the very top and delivered a powerful speech, pleading, as the dwarves and elves believed it was, that if they do not leave the gates at this very moment, several innocent lives could be lost. Elves and dwarves, believing themselves above humankind at this point, eventually ignored it. But as they would eventually find out, this was not a plead. This was a threat. Because suddenly, out of several trapdoors within the walls, as well as the front gates, every single Metrokeys soldier burst out and began an absolute massacre. The elves and dwarves tried what they could with their superior magic and weapons, but the sheer ingenuity of the humans, of their willingness to use surprise tactics, and their lack of honor, shall we say, eventually forced both armies to retreat. And from that point onwards, humanity began their own conquest. and 300 years later, they are soundly winning.
Yeah, Gadrin, as he's reading this, is somewhat enamored by the fighting tactics that the humans employ, in stark contrast to the to the nonsensical blastings of the elves and the over reliance on mechanics that the dwarves use.
You were just like they used nothing more than the situation at hand, their surroundings, and their own enemy psychology. A strategy that would define their tactics for the next 3 centuries. As you're reading this, you do hear a bit of a scratching.
Not again.
Uh, it's not as loud as when the shark appeared, but there's more than one.
I'm going to go out to the deck
Do,
to see if I can get
do I notice this?
Roll perception.
Here we go again.
So I believe that's a no.
Hey, come on, this is see, this doesn't rely on sight, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm always tempted to give you disadvantage on sight-based checks from now on, just to be a dick.
No,
to
that's
make
only
it
Oh dear.
Question: Are there any portholes down where I am reading?
Where are you reading right now?
Probably the. You know what? Probably down in the lowest area where Barnaby is, just kind of chilling.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you remember
Probably
last
not.
time...
If there was a porthole down there, we'd have a problem.
Yeah, no, because the way you used the balliste during the shark attack was 1 floor above, which
Yeah.
is like barely above sea level. So
In that case, how loud is the tapping then?
well, you're among the first to hear it because you are closest, but you can hear just like knocking. You can hear scratching against the wood as you they start as there is something that seems to be climbing.
I run up the floor and try and peek out the ballista's porthole.
Yeah, I'll be trying to look out and see what I can see as well.
Okay. Where are you, Kai, right now?
I'd probably be on the kind of top deck.
So as you both look out, and Gadrin, you're onto deck. Nor and Kai,
Tom, I've just got word from Nye. Nye says another half hour or so.
Oh shit. Okay.
Okay.
So as you look out, you do just out of the corner of your eye see a. Hang on, I'm trying to get my notes ready.
I find your lack of preparedness disturbing.
I'm sorry. Look, it's just I realized I should have had this up before, but I forgot. So as you look at, you do notice some somewhat humanoid-looking creatures. Only they are, instead of skin, they have what look to be fish scales. As they are clambering up in a very animalistic manner, but they appear to be wearing both armor and weapons. Or at least one of them appears to be wearing that.
What's their intent? Do they look angry?
You're listening to them and you can just hear... You can't understand what they're saying, unfortunately.
Well, I don't think it's good.
I'm just gonna turn to Franklin and just go. I swear it seems like we've been attacked every other day. Is this where Gadron gets his taste for fighting?
I'd say, and he say, Ranking looks at you and goes, frankly, we're in the middle of a calm place, all things considered. I'm like, crew, get to safety. We're about to be having a little bit of company.
Yeah, have any of them reached the main deck yet?
Yeah. As Nor, you've basically made your way back up to the surface deck. All
I was,
four
I
of
was
them.
gonna see if I could take a sneak shot on one while they're climbing.
Um. Okay, so there are. Given the angle, I'd say it's hard for you to lean out and aim your crossbow at them without them noticing you. So, I'd say I'd say at this point, by the time you've loaded it, then they would have just about been able to climb onto the main deck. And before I properly introduce, I'm going to ask everyone to roll initiative, and I'm going to grab my dice because I forgot them like an idiot. So I will be right back.
Oh boy.
All right, let's see what my initiative was again. That's a wrong command.
Rest in peace. This is odd.
It's about par for the course.
Well, see, normally I'm the one going last in the initiative order among us.
It's kind of. I feel like it's a coin flip between us.
I don't know. You in the sessions I've been in, you've actually gone pretty far ahead.
That's partially just because I try and get my sneak attacks in before the combat starts.
No. Even in the rolling the initiative order, you only roll badly when you have to actually attack something.
No, I roll badly just about on any roll.
Except medicine checks.
Yeah, medicine checks I apparently thrive like that. I'm good at medicine checks apparently.
Clearly, you should be a cleric.
I mean, it's like they say, precision is the difference between a doctor and a butcher.
Yep. This is how Tom stalls for time while Nye gets here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back. Let's have a look. See.
Nick.
So, okay, I'm gonna roll for Nye as well. Let me just try and find a character sheet. And she has not put it in.
I've got it.
Oh, did you?
Hold on, let me go up and I can link it.
Yeah. Thanks.
I've put in characters. Oh, that's the
No.
wrong link. There.
Yeah, that's one. Thank you. So, I'm gonna roll for her. And she is going to roll a. Okay, yeah. She's gonna roll a 14. Which means that the initiative order is going to be. Alright, so. I do like how it's in perfect order for the initiative there. 16, 13, 8.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Unit's prayers.
You know, I'm realizing looking at my character sheet how much, Gadron, the Gadron's character concept has evolved since its inception.
Really?
Yeah, because, like, the the doesn't understand the value of money was actually added after I made the character sheet.
Why? Because you had next to nothing.
No, because I realized that someone raised by pirates who constantly it was specifically by pirates that he hated would value the practical stuff but not the frivolous stuff, and so and and in and so trading love of money for for doesn't understand the value of money gave room for a lot more altruism, so that Gadrin is a lot closer to chaotic good than I initially imagined him being.
Okay, here is the turn order. So as you guys are all trying to make your way to the top deck, you do notice these humanoid, scaly creatures that basically look like some sort of demonic sea creature, but with legs. Two of them are a little bit smaller and carrying nothing more than a spear and a little bit of a loincloth around their waist. But two of them stand out. One of them is much taller and slimmer and doesn't appear to be carrying any particular weapon. But she seems to be waving her hand out, ready to be doing something. And the one that catches your eye the most is one with the same appearance as the two, shall we say, foot soldiers, only far bigger, is wearing an actual armor around his chest, and has 4 arms.
Gadrin getting an eyeful of this guy is just like, what a fight, I see.
He didn't actually.
So are they
He
still
didn't
are they
actually
still like climbing up over the side then?
I think they just hit the main
They
deck.
just come in, so now the fight is
Okay.
truly starting. Kai, you're up first.
All right, I think I'm just going to give him the old classic, and I'm going to cast Chaos Bolt, twinned at both of the weaker ones.
All
Oh,
right.
wham bam.
Wham, bam, thank you, bam.
A little bit of shock and awe.
Well, we don't know if it's going to be if it's going to be lightning damage yet, so.
So okay, first one 16 to hit.
Yep, that will hit at least one of them.
Yep. And that's for 15 damage to the first one.
Which one are you aiming for? The green one first or the blue one first?
Go for the blue one first.
Okay.
What type of damage is that?
That is going to be. Hold on. As soon as I will inform you as soon as Wikidot loads. Okay. That'll be force damage.
Okay.
So we've got it's a shocking force.
Yep.
It's basically a phantasmal punch.
Yep.
Just like a boom. Just
Just shocks me.
And the other one is going to be a 22 to
That
hit.
is definitely going to hit.
For 14 damage. Once again, force.
Okay.
Just like
Okay. Shame we got no jumps. But yeah.
But still, what? Yeah, you basically send out two blasts of white energy as they go in, and they just get hit in the stomach. The blue one keels over a little bit and kneels for a second, but the green one just kind of shrugs it off. Just at this point, the priestess is going to have a look, and let's have a look at what she's capable of. Yeah, okay. So she's going to. I'm trying to see what she's going to.
about to blast more fools with force damage.
Yeah, she is going to essentially see this, and she's going to, as her as her bonus action, she's going to wave her hands, and the water below the ship starts to rise up.
Oh,
And it begins to form. Let's see, where can it?
Are we about to get
and,
to Watts
right-
elemental?
Yeah, and not quite. But as it does, it appears right in front of you, Kai, and as the water begins to form the shape of a trident, a very large one.
now for clarification, are we talking the creature trident or the weapon trident?
There's a creature called a trident. What?
Yeah.
So I think it's safe to assume that it's the weapon he's referring to.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I just want to be sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and then for her main action, well, actually, it's going to go out and immediately try and stab at
Oh, my bad.
You?
It's a titan, I think.
Yeah, it's going to immediately try and stab at you, Kai,
Alright.
and it is unfortunately going to miss as you just very quickly dodge out the way.
That depends on
But
your
in
perspective.
response, she's going to see that as an opportunity to run straight towards you, and is now going to try to attack you twice. Once she's going to try and lunge at you with her teeth, and is going to roll a natural 20.
Oh.
Dude, what's up with everything
Boy.
always biting Kai?
Yeah, everything that has teeth.
Oh my gosh, they're fish wolves.
Those are called sharks, buddy.
I think by the time we're done, you're not gonna be so much scared of wolves as you are just any kind of predator that has sharp teeth.
Oh god, the visits to the dentist are going to be a nightmare now. Silly drop one. Luckily, it didn't roll very high, so you only end up taking about you only
24
take
damage.
take 4 piercing damage.
Okay.
And she's going to hit you with the claws, and this is going to be a natural 2.
Okay.
So it does not hit you that time, but she does manage to sink her teeth into your shoulder.
Okay.
But because you're flailing around from the pain, her claws do just barely miss. And now it is Lowry's turn. And I have to do this for her. So having a look at her options.
Yeah, that was a fine how do you do.
Yeah, I will say that. So she is going to stay a little bit behind. And she's going to cast her light crossbow. And she's going to try and, well, seeing you being attacked, Kai, she's going to try and help you out.
Okay.
And she rolls a total of a 23.
Ooh.
That is definitely good. And unfortunately, she ends up rolling minimal damage, but it still ends up being 6 piercing. So it does knock her out of. She does release you, Kai, from that.
Okay.
And then for her bonus action, she's gonna get her little friend to cast a spell.
I'm trying to remember the name of the
Prey.
Prey, yes.
Yeah, she has. I'm not really seeing any of her spells on these lists. I'm trying to find.
I remember she has at least
I
acid
think-
arrow, ray of sickness,
Yeah.
cure wounds.
I think Nye might keep the spells on a separate sheet because Charford doesn't really
Oh, it
work with them.
Well, it has a spell here, but yeah. Well, screw it. I'm just gonna go ahead and have her cast Fairy Fire.
Oh yeah,
And-
that's
and
like
this-
the
this
signature
should
move. So
Yeah. This is and because everyone is already pretty close together, and the range is is 20 feet. I'm going to say that the three at the back are going to be the ones who have to dodge it. The priestess is already pretty close to you, Kai, so I'm going to say no
Yeah.
for that. But the two little Sahwakins and the boss are all going to need to make, let's save, Dex. And spell save DC is... She's got +3, yeah, it is a +6. It is a 14 to save. So, the two little guys. So, the blue one's going to fail, so it now has disadvantage.
No, it's we have advantage attacking it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Green one, also going to fail, and the big boy is going to roll a natural 20. He just kind of steps over the one bottle that is heading towards him and just kind of laughs.
Or in what we
now-
assume is a laugh.
Yeah. Hard to tell with these Aquan languages. He's going to go ahead and have a look at you, Gadron. Sees you as the big boy and ever the bloodthirsty being it is, and as you are, it's going to go ahead and charge right at you.
Yes.
So it's first immediately going to try and bite you, and it rolls a... not bad at all. It rolls a 23.
Well, that hits.
So with that, he's going to end up dealing, and he rolls minimal damage, so it does 6. 6 piercing, and he's going to try ahead and as he like takes a little chunk out of you, he's going to grab his trident with 2 hands, and is going to try and just plunge them towards you. The first one is going to be a 24.
Also hits.
So that's good. Okay, so that's going to be 12 piercing damage as he gets you right in the arm. And that's not dice. And the second one is only going to be a 11.
Well, in light of that, I would like to use an Octahedron of Dominance to smack him in the face.
Okay.
25.
That will hit. That will hit. That
All
will.
right. Ah, nice. 16 damage.
Yeah. That's gonna. He's immediately gonna be like, as you just manage to. You basically, after he stabs you, you use that as an opportunity, not slow down in the slightest by the sudden chunk ripped off your arm. You're just gonna try and maneuver your arm a little bit to just knock the back of the spear into his head. So let's see, 16. Okay, I need to do the math here because it's complicated. Okay, there we go. It does a pretty decent amount. As you can see, his eyes starting to swell up a bit, but he just kind of snarls at you in response.
Yeah,
I have no idea what sort of hell you're about to unleash on him.
Gadrin after that display just looks at us as my turn. Oh!
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh dear.
Oh yeah.
It's we're starting out strong.
So for thematic sake, I go to spend another Octahedron of Dominance to make this a spooky attack.
Oh yeah, I'd say that's fitting.
And being a half orc, instead of 2d6, it's 3d6.
That's right. Savage attacks. Ah.
For
I feel like I've probably asked this before, Rek, but how the hell do you have a +10 to your attacks?
plus +2 short swords and 20 strength.
Right. Oh, you
Yeah, because he got the
+2
magic weapon
weapons.
from
Holy
Shadington, and
shit.
And Lowry
no,
adjusted them.
and Lowry managed to boost one. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Jesus Christ, 20 damage. Okay. Yep. Yeah, that does quite a number on him. He is, and I need to do the saving throw.
DC
Right.
16.
DC 16. His wisdom. He just saves. He's like, you can see for a brief moment there's a bit of fear in his eyes as you hit him with a terrifyingly strong move, but he just shakes his head and keeps himself in the battle, with the fear being replaced by adrenaline and rage.
It'd be a shame if I attacked again.
Wait. Rag, did you double the dice for that, correct?
I doubled it and I added the half orcs. Pat.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Does 12 hit?
Otherwise, would be. Unfortunately, no. He sees that and he just goes out the way and it's just.
Be a shame if I rolled again. Does a 14 hit?
That still misses.
Ah well. Yeah, I got a clean lick in this. Let's keep this fight going.
All right. No choice. With that, by this point, no, I'm going to assume you've made your way back up.
I would like, if so, I'd do so stealthily as we.
Well,
Okay.
the two Sahuagin, the two grunts are.
Two Sahuagins. Yeah, I'm just saying that because they might be wanting to attack you. But
I see.
But we'll make a retroactive stealth check, shall we?
All right. I gotta figure out where all these are again. It's like re-entering. I did the wrong command again.
It happens.
The greater good.
15. What? There. Okay, so they have pretty
As it ends
So,
past it, they know I'm here. Or...
yeah. Unfortunately, their passive perception is just enough for them to see you. So they see you kind of crouching down by the stairs, not too far from Lowry, and one of them starts barking commands at the other, and the blue one is going to go ahead and attack Lowry. And if you'll excuse me, I'm going to get my critical failure chart out.
So a good attack, I take it.
Yeah, he rolled really well there. Okay.
Oh God.
Where are my percentile die? Oh boy. This is not going well for my guys, and I should be mad, but I guess I'm not. You guys are having fun.
You did lay witness to the absolute beast that is Gadrin.
Oh yeah, I'm used to the beast that is Gatcham now. I'm not even phased. He swings towards Lowry, who dodges it, and it just gets stuck right in the floorboards. Next turn, he's gonna have to roll a check to try and get it out. Green one is gonna go ahead and go for you, Noel. And he just rolled under the sofa. Let me go do that again. And he is going to roll a... So, with his bite, he's only going to roll a 13.
My AC is 16.
Yep, I had a feeling. And he's going to try and hit you with his spear. And he's going to grab with two hands and just... And he is only going to roll a 10. So it just goes. You were seen, but you were not reached.
We're off to a good start
for them. Now it's your go.
Combats only ever go one of two ways. Either I survive it or I'm down in the first turn, so we're looking good right now.
I'm in a good mood right now.
So, okay, after dodging the spear,
Mhm.
I'm gonna quickly whip out my rapier and make a counterattack.
All right. You will not be getting sneak from this.
I don't need it. I
But he
got a
will be
natural
rolling
20.
2d6 anyway.
Yeah, but unfortunately, it could have been so much more.
Oh, it could have. But that's fine. And actually, it's not a D6, it's their D8s.
Right, I forget.
Mm.
Yeah, because
Play a rogue.
Gearbox's signature move is a d6.
Mhm.
I did the wrong one again.
Bam, 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 bam.
15.
15. And it was the it was the green one I sent after you, the strong looking one, but it was still enough to just barely slash its throat out. Like as it slams its spear down onto you, you just and just with a clean slash, barely even looking at him. It starts clutching at its throat as the blood starts seeping out. It's like
Alright.
and it ends up drowning on its own blood and collapsing.
I'd like to use my bonus action to try and hide.
Okay.
Oh, I almost did the same thing again.
Character development. He caught it this
25.
time.
There we go.
Yep. At this point, well, I'm gonna. Actually, what is that?
As he was dying, I ducked back down and I pushed his body away
Okay.
and ducked back.
Okay. I will say there is a chance that they can all see you,
That's fine.
but we shall see. So, the blue one next to Lowry, does he see you? He rolls a 21, so no. The priestess. She is still very busy with Kai, so absolutely not. And as for the Baron, he is very busy with Gadget. The blue one thought he saw something, but he just sees his friend die and is now very high on alert, but does not know exactly where you've gone.
Perfect.
Just as
Kai,
planned.
on to you.
Alright. So could you just remind me who got hit by fairy fire?
So far it is just the blue one
Okay.
that is alive.
It just occurred to me that that guy you rolled against, Matt, he had fairy fire too.
Yeah, so you could have rolled twice.
Oh yeah, that's
Not that it really
true.
mattered in the end.
Right.
Yeah.
But now 20.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
think I'll go for the blue guy then. Just another level 1 chaos bolt.
I was just confident enough that I knew I didn't need it.
13 to hit
You're not rolling at advantage?
against the blue guy. Oh
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah, roll
because verify. Well, that's 28 to hit if I'd put the right modifier on.
Well, the good
So
news is, even if you didn't have advantage, you would have hit him anyway.
oh okay, that's good. Okay.
Why couldn't I have fought that guy? I would have eviscerated him.
Because you're the heavy hitter, you're supposed to hit like the other
Okay,
heavy hitter.
that's
I
11.
know. And in character it makes sense.
That's 11 damage. This time it's going to be cold. So it's just
Okay,
a
so it is.
kind of shard of ice.
It's about to swing its spear towards Lowry again, and you just raise your hand, and just cold air blasts through, and he is just a statue of ice
Okay.
now.
Also, I realize I forgot to do something on my last spell, so I'll just roll it
So
twice
just
now.
do the slides,
Okay.
okay, nothing happens.
Nothing. Yeah.
Let me just delete the two little Sawagans right here. Okay, and the priestess sees this, growls at you. And, sees this there. And she's going to very temporarily. She's going to turn towards Gadron and raise her hand. Gadron, I need you to roll the wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Ooh.
Ruh-roh.
Okay. Well. So with that, as she raises her hand and clutches it into her fist, and suddenly you find your entire body just locked. Like your hands are just locked against your waist, your feet are stuck
Okay.
together. And you are paralyzed. And if I can find out how paralysis works, because this thing won't let me.
I think you just count as incapacitated and can't do anything. Oh no.
Wait, time, you're being attacked by Sahwagans.
Ah,
they're like fish people.
Yeah, I've had you use one fairy fire.
okay.
Thanks to Freya. Okay,
Cool.
okay, paralyzed. So you are incapacitated. So you
I
can't
am
do.
incapacitated.
You
Good
automatically
start.
fail all strength and dexterity saving throws. Attacks against you have advantage, and any attack that hits you is a critical hit if done in melee.
Oh, I didn't realize that was a part of
Yeah, no,
of
paralyzed is
hold
pretty
person.
devastating.
Wow. Yeah.
Paralyzed,
That's
hold person
brutal.
is pretty scary.
Okay,
So yeah,
well,
Swan
I
is holding
guess
you, and
it's up to.
as a bonus action, because she is not done yet, she's going to get the spiritual weapon. She's going to let her boss handle Gadget because that's what he would have wanted, and instead is going to hit you, Kai, again,
Okay.
and is going to roll. Unfortunately, it only rolls a 6.
Okay, that does not hit.
Yeah, no, once again, it stabs towards
Okay.
you.
So yeah, I'm
So, Lau,
pretty
you'll
proficient.
go.
I've been using magic for a while. Do I kind of understand what's just been done to Gadford and how the spell works? Basically,
Roll.
I'm asking like in character, do I understand what concentration is? Considering some of my spells
Um.
use it.
Hmm.
This would be an Arcana check, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Uh,
I was just thinking Kai might have advantage on it
either
because he's
Arcana or Perception or Insight, because you
Arcana
might
Orange.
notice
Okay,
how the
I think that's the same for either.
okay.
Oh no, Arcana's better.
That was way better. I figured
Yeah.
it would be. Okay, I'm just looking up the
14.
concentration.
Cause yeah, I've used Blur before, which is also a concentration spell.
And haste.
Yes, and haste. That too.
Yeah. So in order to tell where this, so okay, so you roll a 14. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have her roll deception because she does terribly. So yeah, you notice as she sends it flying after you, she is no longer looking at you. She is now almost entirely fixated on Gadrin.
Okay,
Despite
yeah,
you,
I'll just call out to the rest of the party then. It focus on her, break her concentration.
Gadget thinks to himself, "Oh, I'm kind of busy here."
yeah, unfortunately you can't actually say anything, so you're just like. Okay, Lowry, you'll go.
Okay. Um. So, sorry. Let me just get to my character sheet.
Fine.
So, I think first things first. I'm gonna just go straight ahead. And do a melee attack with my rapier at her. Whoever her is. Is she
The
one of the
priestess.
fish people? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
She is also
the fish priestess.
Yeah, there were 4 of them. We've killed 2 basically, but the 2 left are the kind of tougher ones.
One of them just drowned in his own
Okay.
blood, the other is a popsicle.
Nice. Awesome. Fun for the whole family. That's a 15.
15, let me see. Yes, that hits. Roll for damage.
Okay. So that's
Yeah.
11 damage.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. Let's
Yeah,
see
and
if
then-
we can.
Concentration check is DC 10.
Yeah. Well, it's
Or
10,
10
or
or
half,
half the
of,
damage, yeah. But in this case, it's 10.
and she rolls a 13.
Okay.
Well,
Ah.
technically more. I've got to add Constitution.
Okay.
But
Well, Bray's gonna try and attack her with acid arrow, the classic.
okay. Roll to hit.
Okay. Let me just work out what I need to roll. Roll 1d20. 15.
It's
Hits. Okay, nice. I think that's right. Let me just check.
44.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, no,
So
you
12.
Frey just aims one and it just goes straight into her heart, and she starts like spasming as she's trying to hold the spell, but her muscles are just convulsing all over as she clutches her chest before just one last jerk, and she just collapses.
Wait, dead?
Yes.
Oh!
She's a
I think
spellcaster.
Larry's just gonna kind of go like, I didn't mean to do that, but that works.
Yeah, that sounds like Larry.
Yeah, Kyle just kind of look over. No need to apologize.
I'm not really apologizing. It just
I
wasn't
reprimanded her
expecting
voice. She did. That'd be incredibly hypocritical. Doing the shit you've done since the beginning of this campaign.
it. Oh, okay. And then I'm gonna end my turn there.
Okay.
So
That-
Gadrin's free.
Yeah, Gadrin, you are now free. That didn't last very long.
Yeah. Guys just like, what in the heck?
And as you look up, he is going to go ahead and try and bite you again. And he is going to roll a 22.
That hits.
Oh my god.
Okay. Yeah, these guys.
What a friendly welcome.
Yeah, just.
Oh,
He's
you
going
can
to
move
roll.
again.
Yeah, and it doesn't. It's not an auto crit. He doesn't have advantage. I need to stop losing my dice underneath this bloody table.
I know the feel.
That's what happens when I'm the only one who's not rolling on Discord. And I refuse to change that. So he's going to do 8 piercing damage.
Okay.
And he's going to try and hit you with the trident. Two-handed as well. Rolls a nat 1. Okay, time to get that percentile dice. Where's it gone? There it is.
These guys are terrible fighters.
No, this
Hey,
guy's
you-
actually
you
got some
rolled a
pretty good
nat
licks
20.
on me.
You rolled a nat 20, okay? Shut up.
Yeah, they've got like 3 nat
Okay,
1s.
he just fails. He just
I was
misses.
gonna say, I think how many natural 20s have been rolled so far?
Quite a few.
Too many,
Uh,
apparently.
Speaking of natural 20s, there's an activity of dominance that's gonna get this guy's face.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey!
It's not a natural 20, but it is pretty damn high. High enough.
That's 15 slashing.
Okay. Okay, he's looking pretty beat up now. And he's going to go one more time for an attack. And he rolls a... he rolls a 14, which I assume misses.
Yep.
Alright. And now it's on to you, once again.
Yeah. Gadrin just sort of shakes off the that bite mark that he has, and then goes on offense one more time. I'm going to assume that hits.
Yeah.
Oh, so close.
Why did you roll that? Wait, you haven't even rolled for damage for the first one. Or you just rolling to hit, see if they all hit?
I forgot. I forgot.
That's fine. Honestly, I find it's funnier to see if they all hit first, actually.
Well, that one's gonna be a 12.
Okay.
Yeah, for 12 damage on the first hit.
Yep. And the second one
is gonna be made spook.
Okay.
By another octahedron of dominance. My last one. 11 slashing.
How do you want to do this?
Oh yeah. So Gadrin is first going to, Gadrin after shaking off the initial hit is going to to charge the fish person, slash it slash his right arm. Slash his right arm clean off, and then as he's reeling back in pain, he's going to to charge, run his sword through him, and then suddenly stop. Letting the momentum fling the guy over the edge of the boat.
So at that, you have one flung over the edge, slowly sinking towards the bottom of the sea where he came from. Two of them are lying on the floor, one having drowned in blood, the other having suffered a particularly devastating heart attack. And the other one is currently an ice lolly. It is still mid-swing right next to you, Lowry, and it's just frozen in time. Well, frozen in a lot more ways than just time, actually.
Yep. Yeah.
The rest of the crew come out of hiding, and they go... Franklin just kind of looks up towards the crow's deck and goes, class, I was told you'd be a pretty good lookout, but you ain't doing such a good job these past couple of days. Class just kind of looks away, embarrassed.
Don't worry about it, Franklin. These yours look like they came from below.
He looks back at the crow's nest and down towards the sea. I suppose that's a fair point. Still, I'm hoping these next couple of days will be a little more prepared for these kinds of attacks.
Here's hoping. Gotcha, and then forcibly yanks the ice statue off of the floorboard since it's still stuck in the.
You do end up ripping out a couple of splinters, unfortunately. Actually, wait, no. Roll an athletics check. Just in case. You're most likely to succeed, but I just want to see how it goes. Yeah, no, it's just it wasn't even stuck. You just whoop, and you just yeet it over.
Yep, over the edge, back to where it came
like
from.
You literally do like the Kobe throw. Just Kobe.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Kai says, "Yeah, I'm also getting kind of tired of this." As he just looks glumly at the fresh rip in his new cloak.
We can fix that up. It's fine. You have words already.
I'd be grateful for that.
Gadrin takes a moment to lean over the side of the boat. Yeah, anyone else want to come up here?
Gadron, looking around and seeing just there could be anything under there. I don't want to know if anyone else is around.
Gadrin doesn't acknowledge him for a couple of seconds, and then just shouts over, "That's what I thought."
Suddenly, out of nowhere, Kraken attacks.
So Gadrin then just starts waltzing back. All right, everyone. All right, I'll try to clean my hand and clean this up. Everyone back to your quarters.
All right, everyone starts heading back. Lowry, as you're halfway down the stairs, you kind of end up mentally kicking yourself, realizing that none of the ice actually stayed. That could have been useful.
Oh no!
The fridge.
I am a fool.
Oh yeah, I haven't forgotten about that subplot.
One of many.
Oh no!
I don't know if I have all the parts yet.
forgot.
I might have. I need to go on a fridge shopping trip.
I mean,
I love
a nice
how, I love how everyone's subplot at the moment is just like Norris to figure out who he is, where he came from. Gadgeon is to finally take out his cruel father once for all. Kai is to figure out where his spell comes from. Nye, just gonna build a goddamn fridge.
I have no other problems left. This is all
that literally no problems in the world. Just need a refrigerator.
First world problems.
I mean, no. If you ask me, I think you should chill out about all this.
Fuck up.
Unsay that, please.
By the way, it's yeah. You don't really have any real problems right now, except
Oh
for the
no.
fridge.
Someone's gonna steal my fridge once I've built.
As soon as you've built the fridge, someone else has already patented it.
Thing is, once I've built it, you'll all see how good it is, and then when it's stolen, it'll be your problem as well.
Oh
All
god.
of you think you only have one problem, but soon you'll have two. Someone will
You
steal
don't
the fridge.
understand, Gatcham. We can keep the fish fresh in here.
I was gonna say you might have a point, because that way you can keep all of Nora's drinks cold. See, I think you might get him hooked then.
True.
I don't know that
the
Gadget would
addictive
have the
drug
same
is
enthusiasm
fridge.
though. like Gadget's
Not with the drinks, but with the food.
I mean, Gadget just pretty much eats what he fishes up anyway, so it's not like he has any special attachment to preservation.
You say this now, but they'll find a way.
Yeah, you know, I think we could just take that part out of context, and it still applies to Gadron across the board. Doesn't really care about preservation.
So you guys head back to bed. The night goes by uneventfully. It's a long rest. So what little health and spell slots you lost, you get them back.
Yay!
And it's morning. There is one day left of travel. At least if we're going by the estimated correct speed. By the correct speed, excuse me. You can see Kisor is looking at his map and compass yet again as he's looking up after coming up from below deck since yesterday morning. As he walks up the stairs, he looks down, does see a tiny speck of blood, and goes, "What on earth happened around here?"
The sea sent some fish after us. We're fine.
I don't remember the fish bleeding out this much.
Well, you also didn't say the
big-
fish have spears. So.
Big fish with weapons.
Can I have you guys roll a nature check to see if you know that they are Sahuagin or not?
Fish.
I have no idea.
They're big fish.
Big fish. Nature.
Apparently Kai is a Shithwakan
You just went through this arc, Matt. You just went through this arc.
Hey, it's never instant. It takes a while.
Nope, no
Okay.
idea. They came from the deep. That's it.
Like, they live in the water. They have sharp stuff on them. That's it.
Alright, so here's my working theory, alright? All this drinking is killing off current Nor, and other Nor is able to now fully is starting to get like more and more control. That's why my combat rolls are good, and everything else isn't.
Assassin Days Nor is just creeping in. It's like the Venom symbiote is just slowly taking over.
I mean, think about this. It used to be the other way around. The combat was bad. And that was only back in Prospects when he didn't drink anything except like a coffee to keep aware. It makes sense now. It's all coming together.
In his past life,
So
Nor was an
the
alcoholic.
whole time, it wasn't because you were secretly controlled by this organization. No, these were just your drunken outlets.
I was just thinking more just the killing off the brain cells.
You've
It's
murdered
more
guys,
easy
and
to
it's just
control.
it's like someone is you go back to the ghost from back in the graveyard who's confronting you about you killing a husband. It's just like, what? I was not the same person as I am today. I understand I did some bad things, but I'm sure if you look into your heart, you can forgive me.
Alright. No, what kind of fucking Alcoholics Anonymous meetings have you been going to?
I think it's pretty clear. None.
That's a good point.
Oh dear. Anyway, D&D.
Okay, so Kisor is So, Kai, you're able to explain what they are because you've read about them before. They are Sahuagin. They are creatures of the deep, fierce enemies of the Tritons. The Tritons, which are aquatic humanoids who have traded with surface dwellers before, but the Sahuagin are invaders through and through. Although they have not quite been able to adapt to surface level fighting, which is why they have not made as much progress against us as they want to believe.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just explain all that to the rest of the party. Probably with the closest thing to like a blackboard and chalk I can get out here.
You can use minor illusion to make the.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will allow it. You
Yeah,
use
just
minor illusion.
using minor illusions and basically just doing it like lecture style.
Yeah, Gadget's. Yeah, Gadget hears that they're like warrior class, and it's like, sounds like someone to fight.
Well, they do like to fight. They, in fact, it's what they're born and bred for, one might say.
Yeah, they're one of the many creatures that were created by they're basically the reason they look like that way is because well, as you remember from mythology, the way Vareed made his many creatures were basically pale imitations of what the other 8 gods created.
Okay. I would like to draw special attention to the fact that I pronounce Vareed specifically the way the dude back at the
Oh yeah,
the
Vareed.
place did.
They are creations of Vareed, you see.
Yeah, I make a special show of pronouncing that word though.
Yeah, everyone just nods understandingly, like they know what the real pronunciation is, but they refuse to use it. I make all this lore and you all shit on it, and I just roll with it.
I fully expect that to happen when Darkened Forest rolls around.
Yeah. I mean, considering how often we've derailed Kai's campaigns, this is just what the Orenthia.
It's half of the course.
Inside you, there are 2 wolves. One is drunk, one is inept.
One derails the campaign, the other derails the campaign.
But to be fair, my campaign hasn't been derailed. It's just mocked.
It started rated M, now it's rated PG-13.
I don't. To be fair,
No, it's just a different type of rated M. It started out as like it started out as late season Invincible. Now it's just Rick and Morty.
I
Oh my god,
I mean,
Invincible
hey.
is sick.
I mean, hey, Firegate Rekindled ended up with a giant dog breaking a statue.
Oh, that was the best moment.
You've not quite reached that level yet.
No, you guys are still somewhat reasonable. We haven't reached the same level as like, what the fuck are you planning and why is it working? Okay, but that said, the rest of the day it goes by very peacefully. Not much goes on. You guys decide to taste some of the exotic fruits. Can I ask you guys to actually? Are you guys going to wait for someone to serve you each fruit, or are you going to pick one out yourselves?
I'm gonna pick out like one of the pineapples and just myself.
Okay. Roll investigation to see whether you've actually tasted a pineapple before.
Investigation. Wouldn't that be history?
Yes.
That's a good
Pineapple
point,
lore.
I'm not sure it makes much difference, but
It doesn't, but I have standards.
yeah, no, okay, yeah, no, I'll accept that. Let's see. Yeah, you've had a pineapple before. But now it's investigation to see whether it's a good pineapple or not.
I guess I probably haven't seen too many of these exotic fruits.
It seems about alright.
I'll just pick a random, I think.
Okay, so you end up picking You end up picking a very large round fruit that seems to be covered in various shades of green. Some darker, some lighter, and it's all in a spherical shape. It looks kind of like one of those play balls you used to play with when you were little.
Right.
But it's much heavier, and as you put your hands on it, the outside is much harder. There's a part of you that believes that you're not supposed to be eating the outside of it.
Yeah, I will probably like I will probably try and peel it as best I can.
Okay, take your dagger and roll to attack.
So basically, I've had a pineapple before, and of the apples I had, this one was average.
Yeah, this one was. It wasn't the juiciest or the sweetest, but it wasn't overripe or underripe. It was just yeah.
That's a 24.
Yeah. No, you managed to cut it open, and inside, you believe the inside won't be green as well, but instead it is a dark red that are filled to the brim with black seeds, and
Oh,
there is juice flowing all out of it.
I do.
I can tell
I
by your
recognize
expression,
this
Rex, you
fruit.
have figured out that yes, this is a watermelon.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie.
The hardest puzzle in the campaign solved.
I'm not gonna lie. There for a second, I thought you were just describing a green coconut, like a not ripe coconut, and I was
Just
starting to
to be,
lose it there.
Like the type of coconuts you find in Mario Sunshine.
Oh, yeah, just like I said, just unripe coconuts.
oh.
Because all of that description of the various shades of green and everything, it was just
No, because they were like much darker
Really?
shades that you don't really see on coconuts.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah, I
taste
know what you
it.
mean.
Probably eating some of the pips as well because I don't know that you're not supposed
Roll
to.
Roll Constitution.
Save or just normal?
We'll make it a save, just to give you that little extra. It
Another
is
24.
delicious.
Nice.
Like you are someone who really likes sweet things, and this is really sweet. You were able to eat almost the entire thing by yourself.
I think
Uh,
I'll do some digging for one.
okay. No. I'm trying to figure out what you would find. What sort of exotic fruits exist out there?
Exotic watermelon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, here's one. You find a rather unusual shaped one. Unlike most fruit you've heard of, which are fairly round, this one is somewhat boomerang shaped. And it's a bright yellow.
Hmm.
Would you like to try and eat it?
Well, if it's not hard, then probably give it a shot.
Well, the skin, you are able to sort of move it around, but roll investigation for me, just to see whether you are wise enough to take off this skin or not.
All right, let's see what my investigation is here.
Probably not very good.
No, it's not.
0.
Nope.
You just bite
Actually,
right
it's
into
0.
You just take it in the middle. You're holding it with both hands, and then in the middle, just immediately, rum. And the outside has no taste, and you are really confused. Perfect. Failed to eat a banana. That's one thing off the
This
bucket
one,
list.
whatever fruit this is, it's not that great.
Yeah. Do I see him attempt to eat this and know what he's trying to eat?
Roll perception.
18.
You immediately go over to him and you kind of grab the banana off him and then just peel off the skin and go.
Yeah, that.
You just,
Yeah. There. That's how you're supposed to eat those things.
Fair
Okay,
enough.
no.
I'll take a bite now.
Yeah, okay. Roll your con save just to see.
All right, let me. I keep catching myself doing the old roll. All right, con save. That's going to be a nothing, just a flat d20, natural 20.
Yeah, it's really good.
Ooh.
Oh, banana.
Oh, banana.
Okay.
It's just like ooh. Gadron,
Yeah.
you're onto something here.
He's like, you know what? You make an excellent point.
Much better with when it's without that.
Yeah, you end up liking bananas almost as much as I do in real life. So
Gadget just flashes his thumbs up and finishes off his pineapple.
I just want to appreciate the duality of rolls, the highest possible and lowest possible. There.
oh no, it's not the lowest possible.
No, technically you can go as low as your modifier is.
Your lowest is -1.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You can technically go as low as your modifier, but we're talking like on a d20, rolling a 0, bit odd.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty low.
That like factual numbers.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
A duality of man.
Okay, and Lowry, you end up finding another fruit that is there's a little bit of green around like the very tops and bottoms of it, but most of it seems to be more shades of yellow and red.
Yellow and red.
Yeah, there's like little bits of both that kind of mix together. There's a bit of orange where they connect.
What shape is it?
Uh, somewhat pretty round, somewhat oval shaped.
Huh. Wacky. Yeah, I'll try it. I'll give it a
Okay.
go.
Um, okay, are you going to try and just immediately eat it?
What does
Or are
it
you
feel?
gonna
Does
try
it
and
just
set
feel squishy?
Yeah, it does feel pretty squishy.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna bite into it.
You're not even gonna roll investigation to see, just immediate.
Well, that's a good point. Actually, remember check if it's not poisonous. I feel like that is something Larry would do.
Yeah.
And something Gadrid wouldn't do because he cares about no poison.
Well, you can't die, so
Okay. So
Exactly.
roll
Preservation.
investigation.
investigation. Okay. 11.
Okay, so you're looking at it, and out of slight curiosity, you do kind of poke it a little bit with one of your blades, and underneath the skin is something bright, a dark orange yellow sort of flesh underneath it.
Huh. Uh. Okay. I'm gonna like. It looks. Hmm. I'll. I don't think I'd risk it, to be honest. I think I'd probably like. If I genuinely can't tell, I'd probably go to the others, but I feel like the others wouldn't know, so.
So you're just gonna try and
Yeah,
cut
they could
around
be
it
your
and
guinea
get the
pigs.
flesh.
Uh. You know what? I've seen the others eat and it's given me a bit of confidence. I'll try it.
Okay, so you're going to just sort of cut out the flesh bit, and in the middle of the, as you're cutting it all out, you do notice in the middle of it is a pretty damn large stone that you manage to cut around. And as you remove the skin out of that stone and just kind of toss it away, you begin to take a bite out of the flesh. Roll your con save.
Will do. Oh my god.
Well, that's
I'm
just
not
peachy.
doing well today.
Oh dear. So you take a bite, and it's a little bit too sweet for you. Like, you're sure it's right, but there's something about it that just it leaves a certain tang that isn't it
Not
doesn't
for me.
sit right with you.
Well, that's just peachy.
So it's official. Lowry does not like mangoes.
Ah.
I didn't pick up on that, to be honest.
Mm.
I was thinking passion fruit, which the colors don't really match up. But
Yeah, no.
Mhm.
it was the green at top and bottom that kind of.
Hmm. Yeah, but the middle of it's more purple, isn't it?
Yeah, that was the only thing that didn't really hold in place.
Oh my god. Passion fruit versus Metopia's calming fruit. I just realized.
Yep. So, you guys have a nice day eating various different types of fruit, and you learn that there's quite a few things that you can't get here in Quadruin. That once this is all over, you might have to go and see what the rest of the world has to offer. Who knows?
Yeah,
We
just Gadget
can
finally
we
sails
can we can become what that dude whatever that dude who brought potatoes back to England whatever his name was, we can become him.
Um,
What?
Walter Raleigh,
Yeah.
you can become like him, the guy who brought the potato to Europe.
Yes.
and promptly addicted Ireland to it.
Yep. Okay. Rest of the day is pretty sound. Night falls. You go to sleep. No scratching this time. It's all peaceful.
In the
Until
morning, you wake up and hear scratching.
no. In the morning, you wake up and you hear Kless. You can hear, Captain! Cliff ahoy!
Yeah, Gadget's going to hop up onto deck. And what do I see?
You do notice you've now begun to approach land once again, and closest in front of you is a small beach that is connected to a bit of a hill that goes fairly steeply upwards. And there's a small path on that hill that eventually turns left, that goes all the way to the edge of a very high, very steep cliff that has been eroded over the millennia of Quadruin's existence.
Yeah.
And as you just about squint, you can just barely see some sort of building. You're not in. Can you roll perception to see what the building looks like to you? Or is it if it's too far away or not? You notice it is made of a very fine marble.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's at the edge of a cliff, there's very little doubt in your mind. This is the Temple of Coralee.
Alright, crew, we're here!
You're still quite a few knots away from actually reaching destination, but you are slowly but surely making your way towards the shore. In about the next 30 minutes or so, you should be ready to anchor and take a rowboat to the shore.
Everyone make ready. We're gonna be hitting the land soon.
Yeah, Kyle just kind of get all his stuff ready.
Yeah. So everyone's gonna get up and get ready for a little bit of a holy visit, shall we say?
Can't wait to be off the boat.
Do you say this out loud or?
What time is it? I should ask.
By this point, it's about 9 a.m. It's the sun's definitely up, but it's still somewhat low.
Right. I'd say probably muttering to himself as he's coming up aboard. He's just like, I can't wait to be off this boat.
Do I hear it?
Roll perception again. Yes, you do.
Roll.
Yeah, Gadget just sort of gives Nora a look.
You're not so much angry; you're just kind of hurt.
Yeah, well, just disappointed.
Yeah.
To be fair, we've been sailing for like 5 days straight.
Yeah, Gadget just sort of shakes his head. That Inlanders never change.
There's only so much back and forth rocking one can take.
Yeah, yeah, God, yeah, yeah. Gadget, as Gadget goes to the rowboats, he just says, "Yeah, maybe you need to get better at it."
Okay. While that's happening, can I ask you guys to just make a very quick acrobatics check?
Acrobatics specifically.
Yes.
Dang it.
This is like Kai's
Oops.
forte.
Oh.
Did it again.
19.
25.
5. Larry.
Oh, me as well. Okay.
Yeah, everyone.
The entire ship.
The entire ship is about to collapse.
No, please.
15.
Okay. Yeah. You all find yourselves quite suddenly lurching forwards as the ship suddenly stops. None of you fall over, but the shock has caused quite a bit of a jump within your hearts, and you have no idea what's happening. Suddenly, the ship has stopped. The shore is not getting any closer all of a sudden. The wind is still pushing against the sails, but it almost seems like it's being resisted somehow, like something is holding the ship back.
Noah kind of steady himself. And how exactly do you get better at dealing with that?
Yeah, Gadget. That's not supposed to happen. You got. Gadget hops up above deck and shouts up at Cass. Hey, Cass, did you see what stopped us?
You're not gonna like this, Captain, but, she points down. You might want to take a look for yourself.
And I take a look for myself.
As you look down, where the ship is dead center in the middle of a suddenly appeared, rapidly growing and accelerating whirlpool. You're not being spat out, but any attempts of you trying to go forwards are immediately pushed away. And you are just stuck in the middle.
Yeah, Gadget.
Is the water supposed to be doing that, Gadron?
Yeah, Gadget looks at Horn and just says, no. Yeah, he looks at closely, then looks at the shore, then looks at the sky and just.
As you look at the sky, you do notice 2 griffins have appeared and are now circling the ship.
Yeah.
And then you hear splashes from around, and you notice 2 plesiosaurs rise up from about 100 meters away from where the ship is, and approach until they are sitting very calmly in the whirlpool. And none of them are making any moves to attack, but they are all eyeing you very intently.
Do I know much
Can I
about
hide?
griffins? What do I know about griffins?
Roll nature.
Adron, do you know this?
21.
Yeah. Do I know anything about the plesiosaurs?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyone who wants to can roll a nature check. So Kai, you are aware of griffins. They're often used as mounts or guard animals for certain places. They're effective due to their higher battle skills and their mobility due to being able to fly. Gadrin, you're aware of plesiosaurs. They're creatures that have lasted a long, long time. Like, you remember that T-Rex you fought in Athena?
Mm-hmm.
Similar family.
What kind of a roll check did you say?
Okay, you're just trying to hide, aren't you?
Yeah, I think I would like to opt into taking cover.
Yep, roll stealth. You immediately duck behind the bars.
Gadget turns to Anaya in response to her question about the about what these things are. Those plesiosaurs are really old sea creatures. Not not sure what they're doing here.
I just figured that being so patient and they look like they, I don't know, they're acting kind of weird.
Yeah, Gadget just
Well,
sort of gives.
griffins are normally used as mounts, so if they're here, I would think,
So the plesiosaurs aren't used as mounts, but the griffins
yeah.
are.
It's strange for the griffins to be here with no one on their backs.
But like I said, they are occasionally used as guard creatures.
They're also guards, so I don't know. Maybe they. I suppose it's natural. They're probably just being cautious after the last ships that have been coming into this area.
Gadget takes a look at the closest plesiosaur and just gives a meek little wave. Hello.
It just can't. It just stares at you intently. It doesn't move. It seems to be trying to judge whether or not it should attack.
Kai will just kind of put his hands up and just say, "We mean you no harm."
As you say that, you hear a splash coming from somewhere in front of the bow of the ship, as a streak of water leaps from the whirlpool, goes right above the mainsail, and splashes right in front of you before forming into a humanoid shape, wielding a trident and wearing armor that seems to be made out of some sort of aquatic rock.
Do I know much about this?
Roll an
About this?
Arcana check. But I will put in general what you see.
Okay. That's a 5.
You have never seen this before. Which is not surprising because you were not aware that water could wear armor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Gadget looks at this thing. Doesn't make a move to draw a sword, so it says, "Are you here to fight or?"
it points its trident towards you, and for the first time you hear it speak. You may have crossed it out, but I know what name your ship bears.
Yeah, Gad. Yeah, now Gad. Yeah, Gadrin starts to make a move for his swords, but fights back at the instinct and uh then says, "Dragok's not on this ship."
In fact,
I am.
our sole purpose in coming here is to undo the wrongs he did.
He kind of tilts his head at that and goes, "That is very easy to say, after we have just been so recently ransacked by that foul being. What do we know you were not sent by him to finish the job?"
Gadrin crosses his arms and glowers at the being and says, "The day I do anything that man tells me is the day that I'm already dead."
Roll persuasion.
Tom, what was the town where what was that town we kind of saved some people in from the pirates?
From the pirates.
From
Yeah.
Island, wasn't it?
Bafu.
Oh yeah,
Huh.
Bafu.
Okay.
No, Bafu was the guy. Yeah, from the.
Yeah. Well, what was the town where that fight
Um,
happened?
Let me have a look back through my notes very quickly. It was a small village. Do. Yeah, it was Rivermouth.
Okay. yeah, I'll kind of look to the Myrmidon and say, we we already slew some of his underlings in the town of Rivermouth. I don't suppose you have any way of confirming that, but we did.
Hmm. He glowers at you for a few seconds more before pulling his trident away and resting it onto the deck. He looks up and waves his hand towards the temple as the griffins immediately start flying over. And he goes, well, it is very clear you have prior experience with this Dragok. I can sense that your connection is not a benevolent one.
Hmm.
Gadget sort of nods his head.
But while it is clear what your intentions are, how do I know if I can trust your friends?
Yeah,
Well, we've fought side by side for months now.
we've saved each other's lives from from many dangers. Griffin, chimeras, giants, raging chickens, the logic cult of Fareed, his name was.
He kind of winces at that name. Yes, I am familiar with that cult. His followers are nothing to be afraid of, but the name still brings bad luck.
Yeah, got yeah, got Gadrin sort of shrugs at that.
So, if you are not here as a member of Dragos crew, what are your reasonings for coming here to the Temple of Coralee? Coralee.
We heard
That's hot.
we heard something about it being ransacked, and we'd already been on our way to try and find Dragok, so I can finally kill him.
The news is spreading faster than we thought. I will have to warn the head cleric. But with that being said, I suppose he can tell you more about what happened, and to truly test your alliances. He walks over to the edge of the ship, and his hands turn into a wave that swipes upwards, and the two plesiosaurs both head towards the side of the ship. Your ship will not stray from here as long as it remains in this whirlpool. Please, come with us and we can both explain and determine how trustworthy you are.
Gadrin looks at the rest of the party and just says, "Well, I don't see any other option. Come on."
There's no reason not to, yeah. And then I'll kind of start moving forwards towards this.
Kai and Nor, are you guys following as well?
Yes.
You know, I suppose so. I mean, the man's got griffins and plesiosaurs. I don't think.
Also, he's not really going to hurt us if we can
Yeah,
actually prove
I
that
was
we're
gonna
not.
say if he wanted to hurt us, I think he probably would have.
He would have already, yeah.
Yep.
Mm.
So you guys head on, and the plesiosaurs swim faster than you were expecting towards the shore. And eventually you head off, but the elemental looks at you and says, "Unfortunately, I cannot quite follow you towards the shore due to my condition. But I shall meet you up by the temple. You can easily see where it is. Make your way to the front entrance, and one of our priests will meet you there."
Gadrin
Kind
nods.
of.
Yeah, and so Gadrin will disembark and start trotting up toward the temple.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, can I ask all of you guys to roll athletics to see how well you climb up this rather steep hill?
I managed just fine.
Yep.
Let me see here. Does it need to be athletics?
Yes.
Okay.
It's endurance.
Oh, I did all right.
My athletics is -2? When did that happen? Oh, my strength is just. Right, no, never mind. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
always
that-
like that. I've just never used it before.
Yeah, no. Athletic. Usually, when it comes to athletic stuff, you just handed it over to Gadget. Speaking of which, Kai, you still want to do yours
Yep.
because you have not
Uh,
learnt fly.
Athletics less good than acrobatics, sadly. Oh, that's a natural one.
Okay, so you know that those scenes in Kung Fu Panda where he's trying to climb the stairs.
Yes.
Yeah, so Kai, with that one, I'm sorry that can't go unstayed. You're taking a point of exhaustion for that.
Oh no.
Prospect is flat. You're not used to this.
It's also probably all that sugar and stuff you eat doesn't help with that.
Yeah.
And apparently, all that rocking back and forth did a number on him.
Just you're about like a quarter of the way up, and Kai's and me were just like, oh, dude, can we take? Well, I'm gonna let you mind that because it's not my character.
Yeah, I'll just kind of. Can we take a rest at some point? I'm exhausted.
How far up is the hill? Like,
At this point, you've got another. Yeah, it's about a kilometer high overall, so you've still got another 750 meters. You've gone past the hard part, but well, you've gotten past the hard part. I'm not sure if Kai has quite made it there yet.
Yeah.
I
For him,
died
the
on the
hard
way.
part is twice as long as you guys.
Gadget's going to give Kai a look, walk over to him, and start dragging him up the hill.
Not even picking him up, just dragging him. Kai, are you going to resist that at all?
I am going to resist that.
Okay, I'm going to have to roll contested athletics acrobatics checks to see if you are successfully grappled.
I just see this resulting in like that one guy that freed the sheep from the fence, and the sheep just falls down the hill for like a minute.
Okay, Kai, roll your acrobatics or athletics if you prefer, but I think I know which one you're picking.
Yes. Ah.
Yeah, no, you just grab his legs and you tuck him underneath your arm and just start walking.
Unhand me now, you beast!
Gadget, I don't have you when we get to the door. Not a moment sooner.
Oh wait, Gadron, you were giving rides.
Gadget just looks at Nor. You think this is a ride?
Well, I mean, he's riding. He's not really walking. So yeah.
No, he's being dragged.
Oh.
He's being dragged along. He's not being picked up. Like he's just holding his legs underneath his arms, so his upper body is just his head, like the back of his head is just an absolute amalgamation of mud and grass and a couple of insects.
I couldn't walk up beside him while he's being drugged. You doing all right there?
Can I cast a spell?
Well, you are grappled, so I need to check how that works. Okay, let me just check with conditions, see what grappled does.
If you're more
0,
ergonomically built, you wouldn't have had to worry
It
about
says,
this.
I googled it, it says it doesn't create a problem for spellcasting.
Okay, it doesn't get. Yeah, no. Okay, you're not fully restrained either.
Yeah, okay. This is quite possibly the stupidest thing I've ever done in 5.
Really? Because from your story, that's not the case.
Okay.
What are you doing?
He's about to explode, isn't he?
Gadrus. Well, let me just check how this works.
Oh god, are you going to force a wild magic surge?
Gadron, could you make a DC 16 Wisdom save, please?
Uh-huh. Ah!
Does if it meets the DC? Oh no. Okay. Gadron does not transform into a small rabbit.
The first use of polymorph in the entire campaign was going to be to just
Pretty
make
friendly
him
fire.
release you.
You know, I think it's funny that instead of doing that, you could probably have just done haste, and we would have been up the hill already.
Damn.
I like to imagine Gadget just feels like a really strong tingle for a moment, and then just whacks Kai into the ground, just like stop that.
As you're walking, you start slowing down. There's a thought that crosses your mind. Like somebody goes, you know, I could really go for some carrots right now. Before you, out of the corner of your eye, you do notice, Kai is waving his hand. So you just kind of lift it and then just sort of lift the legs and flick them down, kind of like you're using it as a whip. So Kai, you just kind of get lifted up and slammed. Just like, no, stop it.
Bad Kai.
Okay, that's not my only plan.
Oh god.
You know, on second thought, I don't think I want this ride.
So I'm going to reach into my pack and, trying to be very sneaky, I'm going to take that wind fan out.
Roll a sleight of hand for me, please.
I does not want to go down easily.
Yeah, I'm helping you. Why are you resisting?
13.
Okay,
You're dragging me along the floor.
Okay, Gadget, you notice it, and once again,
Don't even think about it.
and for the rest of the ride, you just
carry me properly, and I'll think about it, not trying to resist.
Oh,
For the rest of the journey, you're just sitting there, arms crossed, with the typical teenager pout face.
I'm telling you, if you're more ergonomically
Wait,
built,
I didn't say I was going to stop.
You at this point you've already made it a decent way up. You're about 2/3
We're
of the way
there
up
by now.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
That's the first level 4 spell slot I've ever expended.
You expended level 4 spell slot to try and turn me into a rabbit?
Yes, I did.
What is wrong with you?
well,
You know,
it reminds me of the stupid Monty Python thing. He turned me into a newt. He did.
You
Got better.
What's that from? I don't recognize that
That's
one.
Monty
Holy
Python.
Grail during the
Holy
witch
Grail.
trial scene.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. Damn.
Oh,
I've seen that as well.
She turned me into a newt. A newt. I got better.
Oh, because he's still a human.
Yeah, because he's still a human.
That does ring a bell, actually. Yeah.
Is this the first Monty Python reference besides the...
No, it's not.
No,
Yeah,
there's
one
been
before.
there's been a few.
At least one before.
Okay, I just... It's an incredibly out
It's
of
an
left
inevitability that a D&D campaign is going to have a Monty Python reference.
field. I mean, I get that. It's just this particular one was out of left field.
Wasn't ready for it, I'd say. Like,
I mean, with polymorph.
oh. Anyway, D&D.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Up the stairs now.
Yeah. So
Please.
after a while, Kaya, you got one more trick up your sleeve.
Uh, I don't think I'm feeling mean enough to actively like use acid splash or something like that.
Oh God, I hope not.
Probably not.
Oh, I admire your restraint. He says to the man who tried to turn him into a rabbit and then blow him away with a wind fan.
Just send him flying off the edge of a cliff.
And possibly kill the man who cannot be killed.
So yeah, if I had another level 4 spell slot, I would be. I would actually. Yeah, I don't know. If we're near the top, it's not worth it. But otherwise, I was thinking I could
You're
convert. I
about
could use some
two-thirds up
sorcery
after all these
points.
shenanigans and you pouting and whining.
I could use some sorcery points to convert into another 4th level spell slot.
Eventually, you make your way up to the top.
What a train wreck that turned out to be.
God.
I think you got more than a few rips in your cloak by now, I'm sure.
Oh, you've got sticks in it. He's got like blades of grass stuck to it. It's going to require a huge wash.
Yeah,
What's
so we get
what's Gadron wearing right now?
armor,
Okay.
plate armor.
So I
Specifically.
guess, yeah. Unfortunately, it probably doesn't particularly care about that getting dirty, does it?
Nope.
Okay.
Granted, he
I
bathes
was-
while wearing it, so
Yeah,
It
it
was.
was enough skin under there.
That's got to rust so badly.
yeah. Anyway, after they reach the top, Gadget just gently sets the legs down and then pulls Kai upright. Look, we're here.
Kai, you are still exhausted, remember?
Yes. I will I will use mold earth to try and fling a bit of mud into Gadron's face.
Roll to attack. Even though
It's like a regular spell attack.
I
Yeah.
just the fact that instead of
16.
throwing mud in his face, you decide to use mold earth to fling mud in his face.
It's only a cantrip.
Yeah,
I know,
it
but
is
still,
a
it's just I
cantrip.
know, but just the excess.
Yeah. So,
He's too tired to actually pick it up.
Yeah,
Fair.
and probably too lazy.
well, with a 16, instead of hitting my face, it kind of splats on my armor. And then Gadget just gives side eyes Kai and just, well, now I have to buff that out.
Buff that out implies it's going to be a dent.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll-
So, Lowry
Kaj
and
goes-
Nor, you guys being the sole voices of reason at the moment, again.
You never want to hear that.
We're always right. I don't know a single situation where
Oh, yeah.
us two individuals specifically have ever been considered wrong.
True.
Weird
Well, I
or
mean,
insane.
They consider us wrong, but we are factually.
I'll just look over at Gadron.
We're the responsible party members,
Oh yeah.
or we're always the responsibles. So if they start to think we're insane, it's probably just that they're insane.
Yeah.
Kai
We're
will
not
just kind of
crazy.
say,
They are.
Exactly. What if everybody else is wrong and you're right?
"You'll feel my wrath someday, you bastard."
Wait, who?
Anyway.
He was talking to me.
Look, guys, can we just get up these stairs? Look, just come on, look, I'll grab Kai's arms and just we've got the legs on one side and
Continue the dragging.
All right.
yeah, but
No,
it-
I
it
have him
doesn't
up
do the
right
floor
now.
this time.
I have him up right now. I let go of him.
Oh, do you? Oh, okay.
I just figured you were trying to lead him.
Nah.
It's
Well, we're at the
well,
door
at that
now,
point,
so
it's yeah. So you guys do knock on the door, and after a while, the door opens and you see a somewhat young-looking female Triton. That looks to you. She looks at Gadget and for a split second she jumps back, then looks for a little longer, then shakes her head. Forgive me, I mistook you for
no, I
something
understand.
else.
I understand.
I apologize. We were warned by one of our guards that you would be coming. I wasn't expecting you to. Never mind. Before you enter, would you mind just taking a step forward, please?
I do so.
And if you could just go on one knee, if that would be okay.
Yeah, Gadrin raises an eyebrow, but but not really. Finding a reason not to, just kind of kneels.
She, as you do that, she closes her eyes, and her hands begin to glow a light pink energy. And she, as they do, she puts them around your head. And for a moment, there isn't much happening, but then the rest of you can hear whispering. I see there are two particularly strong emotions I can feel from you. One of them is hatred, the complete absence of any love towards him. Yes. Yes, it is quite clear you are not an ally. The farthest thing from it. But I also feel something else. I feel a sense of mourning. Some long-lasting regret. And yet, despite all that, there is also happiness. There is affection. And as she opens her eyes and takes a look towards the three of you, it is towards you three. And towards...
Oh, really? Kyle will just snarl.
Wait, no. I
Wow. Wait a
I was not expecting that interruption. Fuck, hold on, I need to
not a great day.
it's just, he has his ways of showing it, but there is no doubt. You three are some of the people he treasures most now. Along with a certain turtle man. She lifts her hand away. It is clear that your sense of love is vast indeed.
Yeah, Gadrin sort of looks up in confusion. Thank you.
She says, "Oh, I'm well aware that romantically there is very little, if anything, but that is not the only love that Coralee protects. There is familial love and friendship."
So does being a priest allow you to tell people's emotions?
I am a cleric of Coralee. Yes, it actually does. After all, are not almost all emotions some form of love, in a way or not?
Hmm. Well, most, I suppose.
Happiness is love for what is currently happening. Sadness is mourning the loss of something you once loved. Hatred is, well, the absence of love. Do you not see the many connections?
Gadrin's sort of has a kind of distant look for a couple seconds. It was like, okay.
Yeah, this is one philosophical debate that you're actually understanding. You're doing like the mathematical numbers thing, except here the numbers are much simpler, just additions, and they actually add up to the correct answer. So you just instead of like the really complicated scientific formulas, it's just 2 + 2 = 4.
Mm-hmm. Finally, a religious topic that Gadrin is knowledgeable in.
Friendship. I can get behind that. He goes, now I I must, if you would not mind, I must check the same thing for the rest of you.
Yeah.
with a very kind of with a very dark look at Gadrin. I think I know what you'll find in me.
Oh, come on, guy. It doesn't hurt.
I don't. I wouldn't hold a grudge, Kai. He was just trying to get you up there a bit faster.
I mean, you did want a break, and well, he gave you a break from walking.
I think
Just,
I'll turn back to the priestess. I think you'll find that what was once in there for Gadrin now extends to the rest of them as well.
I genuinely, I don't. He was just trying to help. Let him off.
Okay, she snaps her fingers and casts prestidigitation, so all the dirt that was on you is just vanished.
Thank you.
And as she asks you to kneel down as well because you are pretty tall as well, and it also just makes it easier for her to put her hands on.
I will do so.
She once again closes her eyes. Her hands begin to glow a pink light, and she puts down. Yes, I do feel a bit of a wall between you and the three of them, but it is made of nothing but paper. Eventually it will crumble, and you will find your love for them once again. Despite your current hardship, it is merely a brief little stint in this long-lasting friendship you have built. She just looks a little deeper. And I also sense... Oh my. I sense there's a lot of people you have affections for. Not in the least are these two people. Your parents, I assume? And there's this.
Do I have kind of any indication of who she's referring to there?
As she has put her hands on you, you do see like in sort of you find yourself like in a void of a white light, and you can see like visions of people she's referring to floating by. Your parents, I assume?
Indeed.
Yes. They have a very strong connection. And you can see the color is now a bright pink as parents go by. And if the other citizens of Prospax, their pink is a little darker, but still very palpable. Indeed. The citizens of Prospax, well, they all represent your home. Mayor Grovraxon, the two commanders of the armies, the people you met at the fair. There is Beerand, Wyatt, two people who took you in when you thought you had nothing left to go on.
Yeah, Kai will like faintly smile on seeing all of these people again.
It is clear you love them, and you seem to miss them a bit as well.
Well, yes, it does get to me a bit out here, just being so far from them all.
Am I right to assume that this is the furthest you have been from them?
Um, maybe Athania, but other than that, probably.
Well, if you look at the map, you'll notice this part is technically further away.
Right.
It is the furthest northwest point of the entire
Yeah.
continent. Whereas Prospax is slightly more eastward.
Yeah. So yes, I suppose. I suppose you are right.
Well, I'm certain you will see them again soon. And
Well, I thank you.
she removes her hands, and you return to the material plane. Now, which of you two would like to come up?
Of the
I
two
mean, I
reasonable.
suppose.
Between Lowry and Nor.
I I suppose I can go next.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'll go ahead and.
And she puts her hands to your head. And again, that same love towards your three teammates that the others felt towards you is there. And she tries to look elsewhere, and that's very strange. You have quite the capacity to love, but it's not seem to be does not seem to be going anywhere. I can't find. Well, there are people you have a connection with, but they are not very strong compared to. Tries looking, and you can sense she seems to be looking for some sort of family, but nothing seems to be showing up. That's. You have no. It's not just that I. It's not just that you don't have a love for your family, otherwise, you would. There may be a connection of hatred as well, but. I can't find anyone with any sort of strong connection. It, except for. And very briefly, you see the white hair underneath the hood. And the color in your vision is a bone white. The color of fear. And she immediately senses that and dissipates the vision as fast as it appeared. She lifts her hands away and goes, "Well, it is. You are by no means a danger to us, but I am quite worried for you. Something must have happened."
I think probably a lot has happened.
She nods quietly. If you don't mind, can I just try one small thing?
Yes, I suppose.
She puts her hand one more time, and you can feel a very intense power surrounding you. And for just a fraction of a second, you see a silhouette. It's very brief, but there's a small vision of a black silhouette of a humanoid female figure sitting next to a sign, and you just able. Actually, roll a perception check to see if you can see what you can read on the sign.
All right.
Unfortunately, the way the woman is positioned, you cannot read the whole sign, but you do notice the first, at least the first syllable, is sword. Until the vision just disappears. The Triton priest seems quite tired from that. And she looks at you with a smile. I had to reach quite far into your deeper subconscious, but I found something. I know it was not much, but I hope it could be of use to you.
I think I've gotten a bit of an idea of what it means. Thank you.
And
I,
finally, you, young lady.
I was about to say, I suppose it's my turn. Yeah. And she'll kind of step forwards a bit.
And she puts her hands on your head, and she is immediately taken aback as the very first thing that appears after your friends is an incredibly bright pink vision of both your parents. And she's still focusing, and Lowry, you can't see this because of your vision, but the three of you, the priestess is starting to cry. I've not sure I've quite felt anything like this before. And she immediately lets go.
What?
There is
What?
no
What was it?
Your parents. They were. It is quite clear how much you care for them. It is almost. Well, it's something you almost only ever hear about in stories. And yet
Oh,
here it is.
yes, they were the only people I knew for a longest time. So yeah, I, I love them a lot. They, um, they were literally my world for almost all of my life. Um,
Well, after seeing all of you, it is quite clear. You are all worthy of entering the temple of Coralee. Please, step in.
Gadrin looks at
She
the others, shrugs, and goes on in.
and you walk in.
Kyle kind of hang back for a second, trying to kind of get alone with the priestess for a bit.
Yeah, doesn't want to quite forgive your friends just yet.
It's not just that. But yeah, Kai's just kind of hanging back, seeing if he can just get a quick word in with the priestess. So,
Okay, and she looks at you and goes, "Is there something wrong?"
have the others all kind of gone in by now?
Um,
Pretty much, yeah.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
All right, I'll just kind of look to her. You mentioned my loves. You didn't mention any of my hatreds.
She she kind of looks down and goes, "I know what I didn't do so out of your safety. I am aware of while your love is powerful, your hatred is something that is new to you, and you have not quite yet learned to control it. I figured for
Kai just nods.
I'm glad you understand." With a deep breath, you
Yeah.
head in, and that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
All right.
Mm.
That
oh,
was that was Wow.
That was good, yeah.
Mm. Damn.
Yeah. I've had a lot of thought because we're entering the area where we're really getting to explore like the gods and what they represent, and I'm one of those personal believers of how powerful love can be. I mean, we're talking about something that has literally started and ended wars.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
It is what is kind of the reason why the human race is still going, and that's why I believe it's one of, if not the most powerful emotion you can feel.
Yeah.
Well, see,
And
I
yet, Game Freak gives it to a fucking fish. You see why I hate Love Disc so much?
well, see, here's well, I'm not gonna defend Love Disc, but one thing that I've categorized about love is that it's not necessarily an emotion. It's more so a choice. Like it's very easy for someone to to look at someone and say I'm gonna kill them for doing that, but it takes a stronger person to look at that same person and say, no, I'm gonna just hang out with him for a bit.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, when it comes to like falling in love, I feel like that's not something you make a conscious choice to do. That's just something that seems to happen almost by accident. Like, I mean, that's why why it's called falling in love because you just fall right into it.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's just maybe I just don't understand that particular concept just because I haven't really had anybody like that. So
Yeah, I've never experienced
Yeah,
that.
that's
I'm not gonna lie,
understandable.
I thought that was a cliche thing. I didn't think that actually ever happened.
Oh,
I
it's
know
happened
people
to me a
I
couple
know.
times.
Yeah.
Is it
happened.
literally the kind of thing that's like described in films? Because I assumed it was like you
What do you
just
mean
really
by
like
it?
someone and feel like I didn't assume it was like a
If I
you
may,
kind of your heart like starts moving differently and like you just need
No,
to
it,
be
it
with
is.
this
It
person.
is.
It's
it,
pretty
it,
fucking close.
it
I mean,
Yeah.
depends. I
your
mean,
head isn't literally
there's
spinning, but
It feels that way, yeah.
there's
yeah.
definitely infatuation, which is definitely like that sort of on-site or like certain things. But a lot of times, love can kind of happen. Like
I
so when you
suppose
hit, like it falls into that. There's so many variants and difference to what love is, but a lot of it's just kind of like I don't know, like little things that happen that they do and stuff. You just kind of like grow fonder of them.
I suppose that makes sense. Like I've observed my brother and his wife through their relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, and so that's part of the reason why I wanted to make her the goddess of the ocean as well, because part of me was kind of tired of ocean gods being like these force of destruction when water is
Yeah.
such an important part of life. So I kind of wanted to do something like that. Also, just the cliche of long walks on the beach is funny.
I don't know.
But yeah, I'm really glad we're getting to because Coralee is probably the one I explored the least of.
Yeah.
Because of nose sticking. So when I realized I could come up with this, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking give her the credit she deserves.
Oh,
Yeah, well, it was pretty good.
I'm.
Yeah.
That wasn't the whole reading emotion things wasn't initially part of the plan, but I figured it was just too good to pass up.
Yeah.
Just like more like stronger
It definitely
character
had a lot.
moments.
Yeah.
I love moments like that.
Yeah, Gadget is like pretty much exactly what I expected.
Yeah. Strong love towards your friends and your mother, and then towards Dragok, the deepest pits of hatred.
Yep.
Like there's no forgiveness.
Yeah, that's why I was surprised you didn't mention that about Kai, because Kai
Yeah,
feels
no, that's
very
just
similar.
it was but you use a special case because Gadrin's older and has had a lot more time to process it.
Yeah, that's true.
This is still fresh in your mind, relatively speaking. I mean,
he is
considering
but a
how the
child.
last time you came across them, you literally just stabbed a guy to death.
Oh yeah.
You can understand why she was a little iffy.
Mhm.
And then there was Lowry doesn't really have anyone in particular she hates, except
yeah.
maybe
Not in a
Human.
serious way. Yeah, that
Not
was my
seriously, but
that
yeah,
was the one
yeah.
big
Human is
question.
more just annoyance than like actual malice.
Yeah, it's just like
I think
it's like you're the single most annoying person I've ever met.
It's just like ugh, him. And then
it's like if Quarrels and Quadruin were a sitcom, he'd be the next door neighbor that Lowry's just like.
yeah, he'd
Oh,
he'd
yeah,
be the Ned
literally.
Flanders, really.
Dingleberg.
Yeah, except he's actually a jerk.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Like you can just imagine like the crowd like going up roaring every time you hear the "Hello, I'm Homan."
Oh gosh.
That's just something my friend
If he
came up
ever-
with in one of our campaigns, and I'm like, I'm fucking stealing this.
If he ever sets foot in Prospects, I am getting the entire town guard on him.
I mean, you don't know. He might already be on the wanted list.
I wouldn't be.
You think you're the
surprised.
only ones he's pissed off?
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I mean, I want to know if he's been driven out of Athenia right now.
Oh no, you can't drive him out. He leaves on his own terms.
Although, yeah, he's committed 2 crimes in Athenia, one being annoying and 2 being human.
I mean, he says he's human, but
It's like his name is human, but like
no, it's
mispronounced.
human.
Yeah, exactly. It's like human but mispronounced. It's like you know like when you have that comment in like a comedy show, you have like an alien or someone pretending to be a human. And they go,
Vincent
yes,
Adultman.
I am human with my human face. I love eating human food. It's
Oh
like
my god,
that.
that reminds me so much of like the Dragon Prince. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
No, I've never heard of it.
Oh, it's on Netflix. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's made by a lot of the same guys who made Avatar.
Yeah,
so-
Oh, that
Yeah,
sounds. I like
Sokka's
Avatar
voice
a
actor
lot.
actually voices the main protagonist.
Yes.
I think.
And they make the best reference to it in season 3. They just slapped me out of nowhere. It was amazing.
If only I used Netflix. But yeah, I love the balance of we fight fish people to start, then we get trapped in a whirlpool with a tense standoff, and then we have the comedy of errors that is dragging Kai up a hill.
And then just a soft.
Kai's still not.
character
Kai's not going to forgive you for that until he's successfully polymorphed you.
You say that, but
Watch your back.
like she said, it's made of paper. It'll be. I mean,
Yeah,
it'll be a case of forgive but not forget. I think.
Yeah.
Like you have in your mind that I'll get you one of these days. Oh, I'll get you.
One of these days. One of these days.
It's gonna come up at the end of the campaign where he.
Like we're in the middle of a last celebration. It's just like everyone's doing that one last hug, and then you guys run towards Guy to hug, and then he just snaps his fingers, and suddenly you're a turtle.
I'm feeling hyperfixated on the rabbit.
That just reminds me of just like in the campaign I was talking about earlier that ended last night. In one of the like previous sessions, I'd like there was the guy we were trying to like reclaim his kingdom basically that had been stolen, and like I was having a private conversation with Nye's character, and then he like interjected, and I was like, well, I don't recall ever inviting you to this conversation, but you make a good point. And then he was just saying, I think his response was just, okay, when I get my kingdom back, you're the first person I'm exiling. Which just reminded me.
just because you backsassed him.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. I'm still not over the loss of my character from that.
You had a pretty sick monologue as well, like because
Yeah.
that character did just like was so just never really showed much emotion, and then like seeing them just cry, hearing about them like described as like crying.
Yeah, and just yeah. Kind of the facade fell away, and she was just a scared girl underneath it.
Man.
Yeah, I had to do a like, not ready to die monologue there.
I feel like if Gadrin is put in a similar situation, you'll be like, what, I'm dying? This isn't supposed to happen. Let me see the script.
I demand to see Life's manager because this is
Yeah.
not supposed to be happening right
I
now.
will say there was a chance that you could have challenged the Plesiosaurs, Griffins, and Myrmidon to a battle, but given how really
I
they
did
were
not
against
fancy
you,
our chances.
yeah, like originally it was just going to be Plesiosaurs or Griffins, in case I wanted to actually fight. But then I was like,
Yeah.
you know what? Maybe I could just like coerce them into being a little more peaceful. Because I mean, because these
stealth
guys were just
railroading.
spending. Yeah, no, not railroading. You still would have. I was just like, because I feel like I knew which one you guys were gonna pick anyway. Because given what the Murden was saying. Because like, I
Yeah.
feel like I know what you guys are like. You're willing to listen to reason if possible.
Yeah.
Well, some of us are willing to listen to reason.
Hey man, I listen to reason in situations that don't involve carrying around doors.
I listen to reason. I just don't obey it.
I think my favorite moment from this campaign is Gadget just yanking that locked door open.
What was the exact one you said? It was like, I open the door is locked.
Okay,
I
I opened
opened
the
the
door.
The meme I posted.
Did I fucking stutter?
Oh god.
I'm just gonna look back through all the old memes we had on the previous one.
I love that you could get a pretty decent idea of what happened at any given
Yeah, you just
second.
immediately like because anyone else would be so confused, but we see this, it's just like, yeah, no, we yeah, oh yeah, I remember when this happened.
Also, oh my god, that when Matt, when you posted that image in the memes thing, that like hit hard.
Which
Like
one?
I forgot those existed.
Which
The
one?
like the one
Oh,
of the
the
kid
the
with
Airzuka.
yeah. That like awoke a deep-seated like hidden emotion inside of me that I didn't know I had.
Yeah, when they were saying it was force damage, all I could think of was like a blast of air, and immediately my mind jumped to the Airzuka.
Oh my god, I must have been like 3 or 4. Like it wasn't even mine, but like, or
Do you remember? Like it paved the way for a much more cursed version. Do you remember that?
was that the one where you put like a smoke thing in it and it made smoke rings?
It was the fart blaster.
Oh god.
Oh my god, what? No, I
What?
don't know
Yeah,
this.
so the Airzuka paved the way. I remember thinking the Airzuka was the coolest thing, and then like months later, there was ads on TV for what was basically a mechanized version of the Airzuka, but with like a fart spray. So
Oh,
you
no.
they basically made actually made a fart gun.
Oh god. Okay, I'm looking through all these old memes.
Dart gun, not
Fart gun.
the...
I'm looking through these old memes and I've just